Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Marco.
And I'm Erica. We're so glad you're here.
Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
And join us to learn English from beginner to advanced. Let's get started.
Have you ever been in that situation, you're trying to describe someone, maybe a friend or a colleague,
Oh, definitely.
and you just get stuck saying, oh, he's nice, or maybe she's really smart.
Happens all the time. It feels
Yeah.
incomplete, right? Like you're not doing them justice.
Exactly. It's like those words are fine, but they just don't capture the whole picture, the essence of the person. You feel like you missed something important.
Absolutely. Those basic labels, they're okay, but they really just scratch the surface. There's so much more depth there.
Totally. And that's what we're really getting into today. This is our deep dive into moving past those basics. We want to talk about how to describe someone's character confidently, meaningfully.
You mean like their personality, what they value, maybe those little quirks that make them unique?
Precisely. Their personality, values, quirks, all of it. And how talking about character can actually be, well, fun and real and honestly easier than you might think if you have the right words.
And the right approach.
Right? We've gathered a bunch of sources, looked at everything from linguistic studies to like what's trending on social media, just to figure out the best ways people talk about character now.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not just about having a bigger vocabulary list.
No, not at all.
It's more about deepening how you actually see people. And that can strengthen your connections with them, too. When you can really put words to who someone is, you see them more clearly.
And you hope other people see them that way, too.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we actually do that? How do we find that richer language?
Well, where should we start?
Okay, so first, we'll look at real-life conversations. How specific, vivid phrases paint a much better picture than generic words.
Okay.
Then we'll get into how language itself changes, looking at modern American slang and trends, especially what's popping up around 2025.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Language is always moving.
Definitely. We'll even touch on pronunciation, some common trip-ups, and how your tone of voice plays a role.
That's often overlooked, the tone.
It is. Then pop culture, how movies, shows, even TikTok give us these like shared shortcuts for describing character.
Yeah, cultural shorthand. Very useful.
And we'll look at cultural and generational references, how the words we use can reflect deeper values, not just personality.
Right, showing what a particular group or culture might prioritize.
Exactly. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the practical side, how you, listening right now, can use all this to connect better with people.
Sounds like a plan. So real-life conversations first.
Let's dive in. Okay, picture this. You're grabbing coffee, your friend Sarah introduces you to Mia. Instead of Sarah just saying, oh, Mia's nice.
It's a classic.
Right? Imagine Sarah says, Mia's a total go-getter, super down-to-earth, but also low-key competitive.
Okay, see, that's immediately different. Go-getter, down-to-earth, low-key competitive. 3 distinct things.
Yeah. Those few phrases instantly create this, like, multidimensional picture in your head, right?
Yeah.
It feels much richer than just nice. You feel like you already know Mia a bit better.
It's way more powerful. You get that sense of her ambition, her approachability. But then that low-key competitive adds this little twist, doesn't it? It makes her more intriguing.
Exactly. And context helps, too. Our sources mention someone hearing that description and then saying something like,
Yeah, like, oh, I can see that. She totally dominated that quiz bowl, but she was still smiling when she won. That's pretty cool.
right. See, that little story, it shows those phrases, go-getter, down-to-earth, low-key competitive in action. It's not just a label.
It's dynamic. It shows her personality playing out. It makes you want to know more rather than just sort of nodding along to nice.
So, okay, that's using vivid language, but language, as you said, it keeps changing. How do we keep up, especially with slang, when we're trying to describe character?
That's a really important question because the way we talk about people is always evolving. And what we're seeing now, especially with, say, 2025 trends, are these incredibly concise phrases.
Like really short, but they mean a lot.
Exactly. Packed with meaning, often reflecting that, very direct style you see in digital communication. Like, take ambitious AF.
Okay, explain AF for anyone who might not know.
Right. So AF is slang. It stands for as F. It's used for emphasis, like very or extremely, but much stronger, more intense.
So ambitious AF is like super, super ambitious.
Yeah, almost intensely so. Like, the example given was a 19-year-old running their own startup. It's not just saying they're driven, it's conveying a level of ambition that's almost formidable. It has that unfiltered social media feel.
Gotcha. That makes sense. What other kinds of terms are popping up?
Well, you hear chill vibes only a lot. That pretty clearly signals someone who values calm, avoids drama, and probably embodies that relaxed feeling themselves.
Okay, I know that one.
Then there's big energy. That's usually for someone really outgoing, positive, who kind of lifts the whole group's mood. Very charismatic.
Right, the life of the party, maybe.
Sometimes, yeah, or just consistently positive. And then sort of the opposite, you might hear quiet boss.
Quiet boss. Me.
Someone who's really effective, really in charge, makes things happen, but doesn't need the spotlight. They lead powerfully, but quietly.
Interesting contrast.
And one more kind of newer one is alma mama.
Alma mama. Like soul mother.
Sort of. It describes someone who's nurturing, almost motherly, but in a really cool, relatable way. Gives great advice, supportive, but definitely not, stuffy or preachy. Wisdom with coolness.
Huh. Okay. These terms, like alma mama or quiet boss, you mostly hear them from younger people. Gen Z, millennials.
Primarily, yes. They often gain traction on platforms like TikTok. They offer these fresh, quick ways to capture personality nuances that maybe older phrases don't quite hit.
It's not just the words, though, is it? You mentioned pronunciation and tone earlier.
Yeah.
How important are those?
Oh, hugely important. It's funny, sometimes really common words trip people up, and that can maybe subtly, just slightly undermine what you're saying.
Like, what? Give me an example.
Okay, generous. Often you hear generous, but it's actually generous, 3 syllables.
Generous. Got it.
Or another one, charismatic. People sometimes say charismatic.
I think I might do that sometimes.
It's common, but it's charismatic. Emphasis on the mat.
Charismatic. Okay.
Getting those right just adds a layer of polish. But even more than the sounds, it's the tone. If you're describing someone's positive traits, using a warm, genuinely friendly tone, that makes a huge difference.
It makes it sound more sincere.
Exactly. It signals that you actually mean it, that you appreciate that quality you're pointing out. It adds authenticity.
Okay, so pronunciation matters, tone matters. And then you have this whole other layer, pop culture. That feels like a massive source of character descriptions now.
It really is. Pop culture gives us this instant shared vocabulary. It's like shorthand. You can say someone has Elle Woods energy.
And people immediately get legally blonde, right?
Yeah.
Bubbly, maybe underestimated, but super smart and determined.
Precisely. Or, on the darker side, someone might be described as having Walter White vibes.
From Breaking Bad, so like calculating, maybe a bit ruthless, powerful in a hidden way.
Exactly that kind of feel. Or think about TikTok, the phrase CEO energy took off.
Right, I've seen that. It means someone who's just in charge. Confident.
Decisive, effective, in control.
Yeah.
Knowing these references just makes your descriptions land faster, they're sharper, because you're tapping into this whole cultural library everyone sort of shares.
It really shows how describing character isn't just about listing traits, is it? It seems tied up with our values, the culture we're in.
Absolutely. The words we choose often reflect what we or our particular group value.
You mean like geographically too, like LA versus New York?
Yeah, or just within certain communities or generations, you might hear descriptions that point directly to values. Things like, oh, she's woke, or he's really ethically grounded.
Okay, so those aren't just about personality. They're about beliefs, actions.
Exactly. Or someone having eco-conscious vibes, or being all about sustainability and inclusivity. These phrases signal alignment with certain social or environmental values. It's become part of how we define character.
Especially for certain generations.
Seems like it. Millennials, for example, are often cited as valuing traits like being open-minded, socially aware, or growth-oriented. So describing someone that way isn't just saying they're nice. It's highlighting characteristics that resonate deeply with a particular worldview.
It really broadens the idea of character, doesn't it? Beyond just personality.
It really does. It encapsulates their whole way of being in the world, their convictions.
So let's bring this home. For everyone listening, how can they actually use all this? What's the practical takeaway?
Well, getting better at this, mastering this language, it genuinely helps you connect with people more deeply in all sorts of situations.
Like job interviews.
Definitely. Imagine being asked about a past manager or colleague instead of just, they were great, you can articulate why, you can talk about their specific character strengths. That's much more compelling.
Or just everyday interactions. Classmates, colleagues.
Absolutely. Think about giving compliments. A specific character-based compliment feels so much more sincere and meaningful than just good job. It shows you've actually paid attention.
Or writing recommendations.
Yeah.
Introducing people.
Yes, being able to write a recommendation that highlights unique character traits makes it stand out. And introducing someone. If you can capture their essence authentically, make them feel seen, and you help others connect with them right away. It's really about building bridges through better understanding.
It's moving beyond just knowing words to actually fostering connection.
Precisely. There was this great example in our sources, actually, a student, Alex, talking about his mentor. He didn't just say she's nice.
What did he say?
He said something like, she's empathetic AF, a total straight talker, but always consistently uplifting.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Empathetic AF, straight talker, uplifting. That's vivid.
Right. So specific, so nuanced, and apparently being able to articulate those traits he admired in her, it actually helped Alex himself. He started embodying some of those qualities more consciously.
So observing and describing character in others influence his own development.
Yeah, it boosted his confidence, made him think about the kind of person he wanted to be, and it even helped his mentor, because his clear description helped others understand the value of her work for her nonprofit. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, so just to quickly recap everything we've talked about in this deep dive. We started with getting beyond just nice or smart.
Right. We looked at using more vivid, specific words from real conversations and how modern slang gives us new tools.
We touched on why pronunciation and tone matter, how pop culture offers useful shorthand.
And how our descriptions often reflect deeper cultural or generational values, not just surface traits.
So really, getting good at describing character isn't just about language skills.
Not at all. It's fundamentally about building genuine connection. It's about having the confidence to express who people are in a way that really lands, that makes an impact.
So we'll leave you with a final thought to mull over. As you think about how you describe other people, consider this. How might developing this skill actually shape you?
Yeah, think about it. How could learning to see, articulate, and appreciate specific traits in others maybe influence the person you yourself are trying to become? Something to consider on your own journey.